Hello guys, this is my audience members. Today I will be talking about things to consider when you want to move out on your own. I moved out on my own about 6 months ago for the first time, and it has been a lot harder than I anticipated. I thought I was ready. I'd been saving up for months and months and just could not wait for the day where I could finally pack my bags and have a place to call my own and fix it up how I want it and make my own rules. So the day finally came for me to move out, and to say the least, I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. It took a lot more money than I thought that it did. I had a good bit of money saved up, but I had to pick up extra shifts and work extra hours to actually afford it. One thing to be aware of is a lot of first-time fees when moving into an apartment. It was an apartment, for my case, it may be a house. There's always going to be first-time deposits, fees. You also have to sign up for renter's insurance, cable, but we'll get into all of that a little bit later. Today I'm going to inform y'all about the benefits and challenges that comes with living on your own, and also ways to prepare, and also different ways to maintain a household after you move in. So some of the benefits and challenges that come with having an apartment and living on your own is one of the benefits, I would say, is not having any rules per se. You don't have necessarily parents telling you what to do, what time to be home, what time to go to bed. And for me, I've always been very independent, and so I always thought about that as a positive. I am a night owl, for example. I stay up really late. That's how I function. I stay up later. I end up doing my homework later. And when I was living at home, it would keep up my parents to be up late, moving around. So now I can do things on my own time. On the other hand, one of the challenges would be you don't have your parents to tell you to go to bed. So you have to have a lot of self-discipline because you have to have sleep, and that's one of the things I'm still working on. So not having your parents telling you to go to bed, they're not telling you to turn off the TV, to turn off your lights. That can also cost you money on your utility bill. Another thing to think about, and another way to prepare for living on your own, would be to look at a lot of different options before you choose one. You need to look at a lot of different options, a lot of different apartments, weigh out the pros and cons, look at pricing. All of that stuff really makes a big difference after you move in. After you pick which apartment or home that you want, you need to make sure that you have all of the paperwork necessary in order to sign your lease. For example, my apartment, I had to be signed up for renter's insurance. That you come in on your move-in date, that is also the day you sign your lease. When you come in, you need to have all of your paperwork ready. If you don't, you will not be able to sign your lease. You'll have to reschedule your move-in date. You need to have for me, it was my renter's insurance. Also, make sure you are set up with Huntsville Utilities. And just to sign up with Huntsville Utilities or renter's insurance, it also is a fee. So all of these things are something you really need to take into consideration. And another thing to think about is that you actually know how to maintain a household. There's a lot of different things that you don't think about and that you don't know before you move out on your own. You learn a lot of stuff along the way. Um, One of the things that you don't really think about but is really, really important is to keep a clean household. It's really important to just pick up after yourself as you go so dishes don't pile up and you get overwhelmed. Another thing is that it could really affect your health if you don't clean up properly. It can cause mold to grow, bacterial issues. You also risk not getting your deposit back once. If you leave stains on the floor, you can risk not getting that deposit down that you put in. Another thing that I really struggled with, and I had to learn along the way, was I didn't actually know how to pay a bill. When it came time for my bills to come, I didn't know what to do. Another thing that goes along with that is it's really, really important to check your mail regularly because that is where you will get all of your bills. Each thing is different. Nowadays, a lot of times you can just go online and pay your bills online, and you're good to go. But there are some things you need to think about. For example, you may need to go to your bank and get some checks. So you can write a check for your bills. And if you're writing a check and mailing it out, you have to give it like a week to get there before the due date. Another thing considering bills is you need money to pay bills. It is really, really expensive, and once you have it on paper, it always ends up being more expensive than what you think it's going to be. You need to make sure that you have a steady job before you move out that has reliable pay, a steady income, and guaranteed hours, because when the bills come, Huntsville Utilities does not care if you didn't get your hours that week, if you were sick and had to miss work. None of that matters. So that is really important. You need money. You need to take into consideration groceries, spending money, wine money, dog food, whatever it may be for you. So that's about it. Today we talked about the benefits and challenges, the pros and cons of living on your own. We talked about different ways that you need to prepare for living on your own, and also ways to maintain the household after you move out. So thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all have a good day. Bye.